Hey, it's the Reckless Retiree here. And I am going to open my big aluminum lye reaction chamber to see what's going on within. We started off just having the hardwood ash water to see if this bag here on the end of the hose would fill up with hydrogen. Nothing happened. So I added in 3 different intervals lye until it added up to 4 pounds of lye. Still nothing. So I'm going to open it up and see if the aluminum looks like it's eaten at all by the lye. If it does look eaten, then I'm going to assume I was making hydrogen but leaking it. If it's not eaten at all, then I'm going to assume I just don't have enough caustic capability, and I'll probably add significant more lye to the container. I haven't decided if I'm going to move this into another location or not. Maybe behind the shed instead of next to the shed where it's less visible. But anyway, I'm going to open it here and we'll see what's inside. Also, remember I had that egg in there indicating the level of lye or causticness or basicness or high in pH or however you want to say it. Anyway, see if that egg's still in there. I mean, if it's got to be still in there, but did it? I don't know. We'll see. Well, first of all, some of the cans floated out and obviously have been eaten to some degree because they're gray in color, but not completely. That material right there looks like it's been worked on. So that really is quite a mystery. Now, where is the egg? I don't see it. I wonder if it's sunk in, unless that's it there. So it looks like this must have made some hydrogen, but nothing went into that bag, that's for sure. That bag is just as flat as can be, so must have a leak. Got to figure out how to prevent the leaks. I never have checked this particular lid. I just assumed because it had a cap on it that it was well sealed, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Plus I could have been leaking here or there. I tried with the soapy solution, put it on there to look for bubbles, but didn't see any. I don't know what to think. But obviously it's going to require some effort to figure it out. Suppose I could have been leaking here. It felt like it was really tight, but that doesn't mean that it is to hydrogen. So, okay, I'm going to do some tests to see how strong the lye is. First of all, I have this test kit, and it has a colored chart to show pH. So what you do is you take 2 tablespoons, or teaspoons, excuse me, 2 teaspoons of the solution, And then you add drops to it. All right, so the bottle shows the highest pH this will show is 10, which is the most basic it will show, and then goes down to 4 for acidic. But obviously you can go to 0 and to 14. So, but this test doesn't do that. So you drop 3 drops in here. And as you can see, it's just like the 60s rock band. It's deep purple. So that's as basic alkaline as this test will show. Another way of showing this is the egg test. Now, can I drop this in there without getting lye on my fingers? So as you can see, it's just barely poking up above the surface. The more it pokes above the surface, the more basic it is. I think it's, well, it has to be higher in alkalinity than it was before, higher in pH than it was before, because I added 2 bottles of lye, 4 pounds of lye, 3 to 4 pounds of lye, and the egg is a little bit higher floating than it was before. I don't have a recording of that, but you'll just have to take my word for it. And the third thing I thought I could do is add some vinegar or some hydrochloric acid, some muriatic acid to it, and see what the reaction is. So first I'll try the vinegar, and we'll see what happens, and then I'll try some muriatic acid. I have some apple cider vinegar here. I'm just going to add to this little bit that I put into this glass, see what happens. Interesting, not much. Interesting. Well, I doubt muriatic acid is going to do much more than that. Well, as I showed you before, I have this box of bottles of lye, and looks like I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more bottles of the concentrated lye. So, the other thing I was going to do is put a piece of aluminum foil in it and see if I get a reaction with that, which has been my test up to this point. Because that's the ultimate test, isn't it? Whether you get hydrogen or not. Okay. What did happen when I added the vinegar is the purple went away. So, there's that. So as I've shown you, with the small reaction chamber made out of the growler, I have been putting pure concentrated lye in with water and aluminum, and I've been making hydrogen. That's been working well. So this is mostly the ash water, and with a little bit of lye added. I mean, comparatively. I mean, I've got 2/3 of 55 gallons, whatever that is. And I've added 4 pounds, so it's not that much. But we'll go ahead and throw this foil in there, see what happens. Doesn't look like much is happening. So What that's telling me is I have to do one of two things. Short term, I have to add a lot more concentrated lye to the barrel to get a reaction, which I'm tempted to do because I want to see if the system works. Oh, look, it's sunk. That might mean something, I don't know. I don't see any bubbles on the surface though. That way I'll be able to test the system out for leaks, for whether I can use the hydrogen it makes to run an engine, to run a heater. Long term, if I gather a lot more ashes, I can make a lot more ash water, and I can concentrate it down using my passive solar box technique, which is going to be viable now that it'll be spring and the temperatures will be warmer. Therefore, it'll get hot in the box, and therefore it'll cause the liquid to evaporate more quickly and concentrate more quickly. Plus, I think just the heat added to the chemical process of the ashes in the water also makes it more basic. So, maybe tomorrow or the next day, I'll try adding a lot more lye, concentrated lye, to the barrel. Plus, I've got to make sure I don't have any leaks, which I might do with compressed air. Figure out a way to add compressed air to the barrel and see if I get any leaks that I can fix without losing hydrogen. Oh, look, the aluminum sunk and then it rose back to the surface. Interesting. All right. I wonder what happens to an egg if you leave it in lye for a long time. Obviously, the egg that I left in the barrel is not floating on the surface anymore for whatever reason. So, we will continue this at another time.